Este o petrecere pentru că noi am decis să ne mutăm în Moldova. Da, Elizabeth?
Oh, no. Anytime someone in this family gets on the mic, it's bad.
Don't come to America and try to live off my dad. Don't ask my dad for
What just happened?
Those were the 90-day golden days. Oof, man. Andrei, Elizabeth, and their 2 kids arrive in Andrei's home country of Moldova on what's supposed to be a trip for Elizabeth to get clarity on if it's somewhere she wants to live long term.
A visit.
But instead, Andrei gets on the mic at a welcome home party he threw for himself.
That's different.
And tells his family and friends that their move to Moldova is official. Something he and Elizabeth have not agreed on yet.
I'm not fluent in Romanian yet. I feel kind of stupid because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's laughing, but a partner who doesn't fully respect you will absolutely have you out here not only feeling, but looking stupid. It's already hard enough moving through a world that at times makes us feel overlooked or question whether we even matter. But to feel that inside of your own home, not from a family member, but someone you chose to build a life with, is a heavy load to carry.
What exactly are we doing out here?
All right, let's go.
What are we doing out here?
Because little by little, you start living their dreams instead of your own. And before you know it, you're a co-star in your own life story.
I don't know what the I'm doing here, honestly.
And the happily ever after you thought you were sacrificing for, it never arrives.
3,
What?
2,
Are there tigers coming out or?
1.
Not the Disney fireworks. Let's talk about it.
It's Malicia.
Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Malicia. Before we get into Elizabeth and Andrei,
My dad gonna be staying in a guest room. My mom gonna stay in a
Which
dog
guest room?
This one guest room in our lab.
Our room?
Mrs. Betty is back with a new hairdo that said 1987 called. And she answered, honey.
As your mentor and spiritual guide, I forbid you from calling her.
It's a look she's been teetering on, but as we can see, she has fully committed. This episode, Julia found herself in another standoff with Brandon's sometimes lovable, always involved helicopter parents, Betty and Ron. Now, the last time we saw Brandon and Julia, they were on the last resort. They struggled, but they were one of the couples to make it through.
If you're with the right person, you can make it work, no matter how hard it is. And I'm with the right person. I love you.
In hopes of bettering their marriage, they agreed to compromise on a few things. First, Julia agreed to get a second opinion on her fertility. Apparently, the doctors in Russia told her she couldn't get pregnant, and ever since, she's avoided following up because she says it's emotionally hard for her.
But
I'm not here to help.
if doctor say no,
That could be the possibility.
you're gonna leave me.
No, and absolutely not.
But Brandon wants kids, so agreeing to get a second opinion was a big step for Julia. Second, Brandon agreed to help bring Julia's parents to the US, which is a big dream of hers. Fast forward to this episode, Julia's parents are coming into town to visit.
It's really beautiful. It's really emotional.
And this is where things get messy. Julia and Brandon have their own place and they have a guest room. But Brandon's parents, who live an hour and a half away, have apparently claimed the guest room as their own.
Yep, that sounds about right.
No, this is not your room. This is guest room.
So I guess we can't come while they're here because we don't have anywhere to stay.
No, Mrs. Betty, you come during the day and go home. Leave before it gets dark. I agree with Julia. When guests come into town, they need to use the guest room. At that point, it's no longer Brandon's parents' room.
Selfish. Yes, you're selfish.
I have a room at my sister's house, but when guests come, I'm not gonna tell her she can't use it because it's not my house. The tension between Julia and Betty rises when Brandon randomly switches the conversation to Julia's fertility, and Betty suggests going with Julia to her fertility appointment.
So you don't want me to help you at all?
No, I don't want.
Yeah, Mrs. Betty is flabbergasted. Julia says this is between her and Brandon. Meanwhile, Brandon thinks Julia is going to back out of her side of the compromise because she hasn't even tried to make an appointment with the doctor. Meanwhile, her parents are arriving in the US soon.
You're not even thinking like how I feel?
That's why we want to be with you, to be there to support you and help you.
All of a sudden, you're so
emotionally.
anti-family. What's the deal here?
Mr. Ron really wants to know the answer to that question.
What's the deal here?
The deal is that this is how y'all do family. Clearly, this isn't how she does family. You are Brandon's helicopter parents, not hers. In my opinion, from what I see, Julia tends to lean avoidant.
I'm sorry, I don't want.
So all of this pressure from Brandon's parents doesn't help. If anything, it just makes her retreat even more. Since they are married and children are something Brandon really wants, maybe he should consider taking the pressure off by making things feel safe for Julia and not urgent. It's a lot of emotional responsibility on his part, and no, it doesn't seem fair, but that's his wife. Mrs. Betty follows Julia into the house, and Julia tells her, Brandon pushing her to get a second opinion is not helping.
It's not easy. Here.
And that's why I said I'd be happy to try and help you, to maybe help find a doctor, to help make some arrangements so that way you can focus on getting your parents here and just have to go to an appointment. I was just trying to help.
Okay, Mrs. Betty, let's not make this about you.
You're not a victim here.
If she's really trying to help Julia, she needs new strategies that actually work for someone who operates the way Julia operates.
I need support, not pressure.
Julia goes on to tell Betty, as a matter of fact, she doesn't want to get a second opinion from the doctor anymore.
That's going to help the whole situation.
That is gonna help me.
And then she tells her she wants to be alone. Sounds about right.
I want to be alone. I want to see anybody. Wait.
Oh!
This is my house. You can't do this to me.
Boundaries.
Let's be real. I'm assuming on top of her fertility fears, the idea of Brandon's parents becoming her child's grandparents also adds pressure into the mix. I would imagine the idea of it is not that exciting for Julia. Also, just a side note, I hope Julia is being honest about her fertility fears and it's not something else, you know? By the way, Brandon and Julia have not really been getting intimate in the bedroom.
Sex, Jasmine, isn't that important for me.
I'm calling bullshit.
While what Julia is saying can be true, it's also hard to believe coming out of the mouth of the former go-go dancer who was dancing seductively on the bar and clearly enjoys expressing her sensuality. Sad to say, but maybe something isn't getting her excited enough. Who knows, when she sees Brandon, she might see Mrs. Betty. They look just alike. All right, quick update on Jasmine, Gino, and Matt. Matt comes to pick up Jasmine, who is sitting on the ground in the rain in dramatic fashion after Gino told her he wants to get a divorce and left her in the park.
Don't worry about that loser, honey. Don't worry. Come, beautiful.
I don't know the timeline of when Jasmine got pregnant, but with Matt talking to her like that and coming to rescue her after Gino said he wanted to end their marriage, I'm not surprised she let him put a baby in her. Not saying I agree with it, but she's been in a vulnerable position and he is giving her baby girl treatment.
There you go. Oh, be careful.
I don't know a woman who doesn't love that type of attention and emotional availability and support from a man who is also attractive at that.
Honestly, I was expecting Gino to be Gino, which is talk to her like treat her like I'm the one that's always supporting her.
Jasmine has Matt, and then she has Gino, dancing in a raccoon hat while he's thrifting. This episode, Gino asked his new love interest, Natalie, to come to Michigan. And after making sure Jasmine knows he's moving on, she said yeah.
Does she know you were hanging out with me in Vegas?
I told her I went and seen you in Vegas, and I had a good time there.
Okay.
Why does he look like a kid having a virtual session with his therapist? All right, moving on. Whew, we are watching Cara and Guillermo's relationship crumble in front of our eyes. And from the looks of this 90 Day Bad Boys video she just had a cameo in, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we see them officially end their relationship. This episode, Cara revealed she asked Guillermo to move out after he suspected she was cheating on him.
A few days ago, Guillermo saw me laughing and writing on my phone, and he legitimately thinks that I'm cheating on him. When he asked me who I was writing, I told him it's none of his business.
If you ask me, that's your husband. It is his business. Yeah, it's looking like she's lost respect for him. And once that's gone, whew, it's hard to get it back. Cara says there is zero truth to Guillermo's accusations.
You're the one making these things up in your mind, and now I'm supposed to deal with your emotional response of the you made up in your brain?
Yes, it's called relationshiping. It's not always convenient. If you see he's insecure, why make him even more insecure with your words? If the roles were reversed, I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate him doing that to you. Yeah, I'm getting the gist that deep down, Cara wants this relationship to be over. And if we're not mindful, this is a space where a lot of damage can be done when we're in something that we really don't want to be in. Yeah, at the moment, Cara seems to be more interested and excited about her music career. She says she's about to travel to Milan to work with this big-time bachata music producer. Meanwhile, Guillermo explains why it's been so hard for him to support Cara's music career. He says he's a classic person. He likes traditional bachata, not the revolutionary pop bachata. But aside from that, what he really doesn't like is the environment.
Like going out, drinking, partying, those are the things that I don't think we are in the space for that right now. We have a little child.
Guillermo says if Cara wants to pursue her music dreams, it needs to be more about the music and less about the partying. Sounds like he's saying she's out here being a hot mama, when he really just wants her to be a mama who does music. All right, on to Libby and Andrei.
Let's go, let's go.
But then let's come back.
I'm gonna drop you off.
After hours of flying with 2 young children, they arrive in Moldova for their visit. But their luggage doesn't.
Babe, we don't have any of their stuff, like pillows, my toothbrush, like my face wash.
Which is kind of a worst case scenario.
It's a sign.
They're staying with Andrei's parents, who are so cute, by the way. They definitely give off a different vibe than their son. But yeah, Andrei, Elizabeth, and the kids are staying in his childhood apartment, and it's 6 people in 1 bathroom.
How much longer are we gonna hear this sound?
Are you serious? They're not gonna do repair works in their apartment because Elizabeth cannot sleep?
All day, every day? Great.
He looks like he didn't get much sleep either. Elizabeth says she told Andrei she didn't want to stay with his parents because it never shakes out right, and she doesn't feel comfortable there. But aside from Libby's complaining, Andrei is thrilled to be at home.
Daddy, is that your favorite cake Daddy you had when you were with the baby, Daddy?
Yes.
Oh, her little voice is so cute. Yeah, Andrei's mom cooked breakfast, and he seems to be in heaven.
I love it. I love like what my mom does for us.
Did he just say mommy? The caption says mom, but I heard mommy.
I love it. I love like what my mom does for us.
Which nothing is wrong with it. It's endearing, but it's just hilarious coming from this big, intense man we know to be Andrei. It's sweet. That night, Andrei takes Libby and the family to a welcome home party that he planned. One that he told Elizabeth about just the night before.
Why don't you tell me these things?
As she said, luckily she at least had her makeup with her. They get to the venue, which is a winery, and it's a little fancy.
Come on.
Talk about shocked. Yeah, the party is complete with musical performances, a DJ, champagne. Andrei says this party is so his family and friends can meet their son Winston and to impress Libby. But Libby doesn't look impressed. She looks overwhelmed.
You like my surprise, Elizabeth?
This is Premult.
Premult.
Without warning, Andrei grabs the mic and announces they're officially moving to Moldova. Meanwhile, Elizabeth doesn't even know what he just said, and he knows she doesn't know what he just said.
I'm not fluent in Romanian yet.
And that's when you see just how unchecked Andrei is in this relationship. Libby might try to assert herself with a strong tone every now and then that he seems to just laugh off. But Andrei does what he wants. And somehow it works for them.
Sex will fix it.
It must be great. They go outside for Andrei's last surprise, which leaves Libby's mouth on the floor, and not necessarily in a good way.
He's so excited. Like, I don't want to pull the rug out from underneath him, but like, I feel like I've just like crashed someone's wedding. Like, I don't know what the I'm doing here, honestly.
Mind you, Libby still doesn't know about the ultimatum. Andrei told Jovi and Alex, which is if she doesn't agree to move to Moldova, they will go their separate ways. Meanwhile, Libby told Lauren and Yara she wants to respect her husband Andrei's leadership.
I respect him. I want to respect his leadership and what he wants to do.
Which is fair, but let's not forget, a good and effective leader communicates and listens and makes sure that the people they're leading feel seen and heard. And look, I don't think Andrei is a terrible person. In fact, there are some times where I actually enjoy him. He can be funny, but his dominating personality is a lot. It feels like it leaves no room for Libby to fully express herself, which I assume with time builds resentment. All right, next week, Gino and Jasmine meet face to face again. Gino says he regrets not giving Jasmine enough time to tell him how she feels when they met up at the park.
I think it's at least worth having another conversation with Jasmine.
Ending long-term relationships can be it's a process, you know? It's rarely just, that's it, cut and dry. It's a lot of back and forth, unwinding, emotions, a lot. And with these two, it has been beyond messy. Whew. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit it below and turn those notifications on. All right, I'll see you next time.